Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. In this occasion, I'm going to do a review of a Clubhouse debate video, and it compromises in 3 or 4 videos compiled together, right? All about Daft talking. So I'm going to be ranting about Daft Dawkins. Okay, so let me show you my first piece of work. There you are. Okay, so basically, just a little bit of a premise. I'm going to talk about Daft Dawkins' fallacies, and his main one, his huge one, is circular argument, right? And within inside of his circular argument, he's doing two things, which is almost touching each other, which is begging the question and affirming the consequence. They're almost identical, almost. They're there, yeah, right. So it is all about the assumption of something, right? Mainly the end result for affirming the consequent. Yeah, and begging the question is assuming the conclusion without any fucking supporting evidence, basically. Okay, and that is the essence of what that Dawkins does. Okay, so in this video, they're going to talk about some grad students, which wipes the floor with Darth Dawkins, and because he cannot handle it and he's so absolutely fucking dishonest, right? He tries to cut him up, yeah, and ask him intimidating questions, and if he cannot answer, they're being booted. So he's definitely a coward. Okay, so without further ado, let's go for it.
Therefore, premise one, if God with all of those properties exists, the actual world is the best of all possible worlds.
So basically, the first premise is that if a God has got all the absolute attributes, basically all the omnis, right, he will be creating, he, she, or it will be creating the best world possible, the best possible. If you don't do it, or if that entity doesn't do it, he doesn't want to do it, or he hasn't got the power to do it, or he couldn't care fucking less. Okay, so either way, you have to be have all the omnis to do an excellent work.
Premise two, the actual world is not the best of all possible worlds.
Correct. So that's the second. The two premises are correct. Okay. So the first one, if somebody can make, if somebody's got all the powers, and is sentient in the sense that he knows that what good is and what bad is, he will not make anything that is bad. By definition, right? If you want to accomplish the maximum goodness, right? So the second premise of what he's saying, right, which is logically coherent, is that we don't see that here in our world. We don't see it. It's just actually blatantly clear. It's not the case. Let's see the conclusion.
Worlds. Conclusion, God with those properties doesn't exist.
Yeah, you're making
correct. Right, that's correct. Because that person must be an asshole. A supernatural entity that actually constructs something, right, imperfectly for his own fucking glory or whatever the fucking bullshit he's saying. But that's incoherent.
a fundamental error here.
Okay, fundamental error. I made this graphic as well. Okay, so before we go into it, because I did write down what he said to show in the screen. So basically, the dotted line is his circular reasoning, okay, or circular argument, right? And inside is his man-made book, aka the Bible, and at the top is his imaginary friend, aka God, right? And he's up there because the Bible said so, and the Bible said that he's up there. Circular argument, right? And within the circular argument, he's got all the shenanigans about the affirmative consequences and the beginnings of the question. Okay, so the next line is actually his Daft Dawkins commentary.
Okay, you're concluding that from creation in current history,
Right, current events, basically.
Is the best, should be the best of all possible worlds.
Yes, why not? Correct, why not? If you are an architect, right, you construct bridges, houses to the best of your capability, right? You don't create shit stuff, right, and says, no, in the future will be better. That is absurd. That is stupid. That is lame, right, to say the least.
I can just pull the rug out from under you, just simply saying is that after Judgment Day,
that's immediately affirming the consequences. It's talking about the future, right? And because of the future, the present is this way. Wrong. Okay? You are assuming the conclusion is true. So that means the antecedent also must be true. Basically, the bad world or our current state of affairs. Wrong.
is the best of all possible worlds, where God maximizes the number of people who freely choose him. And that a means to that end.
No, that's not. Okay, carry on.
Is to permit certain good things and distasteful things as motivating factors without coercion.
Wait, without coercion. Right? Without coercion. Okay, so if there is a coercion, okay, then the motivating factors are not good, are with ill will.
To maximize the number of people who freely choose him and are in the final state of blessing.
Yeah, state of blessing. Yeah. So there's no coercion. Basically, if we don't follow your bullshit doctrine, we are going to hell. Is that not coercion? You intellectually dishonest piece of crap. Is that not dishonest? Let's hear it again.
Factors without coercion to maximize the number of people who freely choose him and are
freely choose him. Who, piece of shit? Who? Right? You are begging the question. You are assuming the conclusion. You're assuming that your fairy your man-made belief system actually exists. It is all in your fucking imagination. You are begging the question.
In the final state of blessing. So you see, if you actually had a greater knowledge of biblical theology,
we don't need greater knowledge, right? We don't need to study fiction. We don't need to study the Lords of the Ring to understand that it's a fiction. Okay, you are thinking that the Bible is true and is the mean to all the ends.
You wouldn't make such an elementary mistake.
Elementary mistake? Are you for fucking real?
Your focus is on the here and now. That world. Right?
What's wrong with that? Don't you want the best world possible right now? What's the point? What's the point of going to another realm? I'm just gonna go hypothetically, right? Just for entertainment purposes, because it's bullshit. But let's say there is a heaven or another state of bliss, or whatever bullshit that might be. Okay. If the people that created that, or the person that created that, created this bad world, why live now? What's the point? Right? What's the point of living 20, 30, 50 years at 60, your bullshit, 61 years of age, right? Listening to your fucking bullshit, right? We don't want that. Go to your fucking bliss. Disappear from here, right? Let us live our life without you fucking bullying people.
Rather than the outcome after Judgment Day.
Nope. You have to prove that, right? Judgment Day. That's a claim that you have not proven. Okay? You're making it into existence.
Yeah, so I didn't say anything
This
about
present
your
world. This present world is a means to bring about the best of all possible worlds.
No. No. The end does not justify the means. No, sir. Okay, and this excerpt I've taken from our webpage, and it was so precise that I didn't want to manipulate it, right? But basically says, when we were young, it was easy to think that that the end justified the means. If you wanted a cookie, you were more than happy to steal the cookie out of your younger sibling's hands. This is mine. Basically what you're doing, you're being a fucking bully, okay? Because you can, okay? The end justified the means, right? Because you wanted it, and that's it, and you got it, fine. Yeah, so the action is an absolute thing, okay? And as the rest of the world, not you, because you fucking you got a child mind, okay? As we got older, well, mature, you are fucking immature. You are a kid on a man's body, okay? Most of us began to realize that in order to be kind and be loving to other people in society, in our community, as a whole, we need to consider other people's feelings, right? Because we are interacting at the end of the day. Okay, we want everybody's well-being. I want somebody else's well-being, and it has to be reciprocal, right? Common sense, okay? Right. So I cannot justify the end by creating a harm to you, because that will be in conflict, morally, whatever. Okay, it's not good. Absolutely not fucking good. We realize that it's not socially acceptable, which is correct, right? To take what we want when we want, which you piece of shit, that's what you do here. Okay? And that in fact, we need to recognize that sometimes the end does not justify the means. Okay? And I'm going to give you some examples. Lying on a resume to get a job, right? Lying on a first date, right? You lie to your fucking wife, so cheating in sports, or with your partner, right? Lying during an election cycle, typical politician. Yeah, and this is pertinent to you. Going along with a false narrative, you are specialized in that. You are specialized in that. Let's carry on.
Yeah, so I didn't say anything about means, and I didn't say anything about it here.
I have a question for you. Okay.
Fuck yeah.
When you reason and argue about things, what's the final reference point? Is it the mind of God?
What do you mean? Are you answering for him? Oh, we have to say it's the mind of God, your imaginary friend, right? This guy here. Why reference your imaginary friend? Why? Because the book says so.
No, probably not.
Okay, so what's the final reference point?
In this discussion, it will be classical logic.
Yeah, logic, common sense. Yeah, the natural world, the environment, scientific inquiry, whatever thing it is in our natural world where we can reach to conclusions and be subject to be corrected.
No, I don't think you're understanding.
No, he does understand the question. You just being fucking dishonest prick.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Let him answer the fucking question. If you think he doesn't understand, just say, listen, clarify your response, but don't overtalk him. Don't be a fucking bully. Why do you have to be a bully?
In the Christian worldview.
Who gives a shit about your Christian worldview? Your Jesus was not fucking Christian, right? Your God of the Bible, even on the fucking Trinity bullshit, right? The Trinity are not Christians. Those three assholes, the father, it was a Jewish descendant. It was all fucking Jewish, right? And the Torah, okay? In the New Testament, it was a fucking Jew, Jesus. the allegedly character, okay, and the holy bullshit spirit. Those three pieces of shit characters combined, aka God, all are within the realm of Judaism. It was only 10 or 15 people, 10 or 15 assholes after the so-called Jesus character died that they invented Christianism, right? But any of your gods, they're not Christian. They're not considered a Christian god.
Don't overtalk me or I will kick you out.
Oh, are you over talking about 3 or 4 times already? You've been a bully.
Okay. You're not going to pull what you have pulled before.
Pull what? He hasn't had the opportunity to talk. You've been cutting him every fucking time. You dishonest piece of shit.
Okay.
And what I
now, in the Christian worldview,
who gives a shit of worldviews? Worldviews is irrelevant.
God himself ontologically.
This is where my next clip comes along. Okay, let me set up my thingy. Presentation. Cut my presentation. Let me do a transition. Right. Okay, now carry on. Okay?
Is the final reference point, both in terms of what he is and what constitutes his mind and his purposes.
Right. That's only attributes of defining somebody or an entity. Okay, so he's actually doing a circular argument in the sense of definition. So he's defining a circular argument. Okay, so he's saying, let's make it happen. Let's use ontology, which is in the third one down at the bottom, yeah, relating to the argument for the existence. So it's not proving the existence, it's arguing. Do you understand that, right? Arguing the existence, arguing for the existence of a God, right? So he's just talking at the moment, right? Yeah, that the existence of the concept, yeah, existence of a concept. So basically, I invent a concept, aka is real. That's basically what it's saying, right? So the concept of a God entails the existence of a God. Bullshit. Absolutely fucking bullshit, right? A concept does not make it true. It does not make it real, okay? You farting it into existence, basically, right? It is only fucking word salad that you're saying it, right? Concept of God, aka real. Don't make me fucking laugh.
Okay. Now, so everything that exists that is not God derives and depends upon God as the final reference point.
Final reference point. No. You're affirming the consequence.
Or another way of putting it, as the ultimacy of reality.
No.
Since you don't believe.
No. No. Where did I do the ultimacy? Blah, blah, blah. Was it this one? Where are we? Right. When he says ultimacy, right, is actually affirming the consequence. Is the end of. Okay. Yeah. He's drawing a conclusion out of his bullshit premises. Okay. So he's making it happen, basically.
That when you invoke things, right? When you invoke what is, can be, and cannot.
Invoke is. I invoke that Darth Dawkins is a liar. I'm invoking it. I'm saying it.
Right? When you invoke what is, can be, and cannot be.
What can it be? I think you are a dishonest prick.
Does that include logic and reason?
No, I'm using that as a tool to derive said vocalization, meaning you are an asshole. Okay, you're trying to make a circle. You're trying to make him do a circular argument itself.
Yeah, sorry, the last question was, can you repeat it?
When you invoke anything that is, can be, or cannot be, does that include logic and reason?
Probably, but what? Just 1 second.
This is a very simple question.
No, it's not a simple question because you are being deceptive.
Okay.
The question is,
when you open up your mouth, you are invoking either what is, what can. Okay.
Okay, no, you just overtalk him, right? Are you special? Are you a special pleading? Are you that fucking special? Right? You act as a fucking dictatorship.
Overtalk me again, you're gone.
No, you overtalked him. What the fuck?
Okay.
You overtalked.
I've dealt with you before.
Did you, Darth Dawkins, Gary Mill? Did you listen to what he said? You overtalked him.
Okay. I don't care.
I dealt with you. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye.
Oh, goodbye. You cannot take the heat. Right? You cannot take the heat, so you throwing the pan away. Right? Instead of being polite, instead of being humble, which you know what? Let me tell you this publicly. You're not a fucking Christian. Or what a Christian should be. Right? I could go further to say that you will be a good advocate for the devil. You will be spot on because you are a piece of shit human being, right? You are absolutely argumentative. No questions about it. You are absolutely argumentative. You are a bully piece of shit, right? That when it doesn't go your way, right? And the person, the other interlocutor trying to say to you, listen, no, goodbye. This is what they do.
We're warned. Okay, goodbye. No, I'm not a coward.
Yes, you are a fucking coward. You're absolutely fucking coward, right? You use your mod controls to bully people into submission, right? So yes, you are a fucking coward. Absolutely fucking coward.
I don't put up with your bad behavior.
What behavior? Sorry, what bad behavior? The only person that have done a bad behavior is you. Bullying, over talking, right? You got mod controls that you can shut anybody off when they don't go your way. You're dishonest. One simple word to define Christian apologetics is dishonest. I have not seen one Christian, apologetic Christian, that are honest. I haven't seen one.
Okay. Which he has done on many occasions. What he does is he bickers.
Bickers? Look at... That's projection, my man. Projection. Yeah, you're such a coward, right, that you're trying to shut their opponent off. Right? You cannot confront anybody. And you think you're winning by shutting their opponent down. That makes you a coward by definition.
Now, the point is this. And what does Darth Dawkins say? This is what they do.
Yes, this is what they do. Or this is what you do.
He is attempting to reason and bring up defeaters.
It's not defeaters. He's bringing out his point of view. It's up to you to find out if it's a loophole or whatever to argue, right? But you're not letting him bringing it forward because you dishonest crap.
That mitigate against God and especially the God of the Bible.
No, it doesn't mitigate. You have to prove that concept first. We are not here to prove the negative, right? If you make a claim of a supernatural entity, prove that bitch exists in the first place.
So what he's invoking is, what can be, and what cannot be. Now, since the God of the Bible and his mind and his purposes in redemptive history is not the final reference point.
Because you have not proved the case that that reference point exists in the first place. Yeah, you just made the bullshit up.
Then what is? Ontologically.
Yes, ontologically. What is? It is the essence of being. Yeah, but not a fake being. A being of being real, not unreal. Okay, you cannot make up a concept and saying this is the ultimacy. That's dishonest.
Notice earlier, J. Robin, he tried to invoke logic and reason. But logic and reason are abstractions. They don't stand in causal relations.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Very fucking true. Yeah? You're talking nonsense.
Okay. And what does Darth Dawkins say? This is what they do. What would you like to say, either Roger or Mark?
I'll let Roger go. I'm not Roger. Oh my God, I'm Roger. I'll let Mark go.
You sure, Roger?
Yeah,
Sure?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I didn't raise my hand. J. Robin just invited me up, so Mark, you can go ahead.
Okay. Well, yeah, you've talked to Darth plenty, so which is fine. I don't want to get in the way, but if you want to step in, go ahead, do that. So I'm confused, Darth. So you accused Rhodey of not appealing to an ultimate and said that his argument was fallacious because of that. But
I accused him of? He didn't.
Well,
he didn't. When asked to provide one, did he give one?
Yeah. No. I just think that's a non sequitur because.
Hold on, stop.
Right.
Why stopped? Let him finish, and then you give your reasoning.
Stop.
Mm-hmm.
Stop.
Stop.
You said I accused him. Okay.
Right.
Did Rhodey invoke an identifiable and defensible final reference point?
Well,
that's the non sequitur part, you fucking idiot.
You asked him a couple questions and kicked him pretty fast. I would say.
Okay, that's not an answer to my question. That's.
Well, no, it's not answer to your question, but it's a fact.
Dodge number 2.
Is not dodging. Is claiming a fact.
Dodge my question one more time, and I will kick you without further
Oh, so bullying tactics as well, yeah?
warning.
I'm saying I'm not
Okay.
sure. He did not give you an answer.
Okay.
He did not give you an answer.
Okay, listen to me.
Sure
did you hear what I just said to you? Did you hear what I just said to you?
Yes, Mark. Listen to him. He's a bullying piece of shit, right? That is willing to put you out if you do not obey his commands. Yeah, because he's a celestial dictator wannabe.
I'm a no-nonsense person.
No, you are a piece of shit, nonsense.
Somebody jerks me around, and it's fundamental.
Oh, would you be so lucky to be jerked?
You can laugh all you want. I know I have zero tolerance for people who are being deceitful with me.
Ooh, deceitful. This is where the next clip comes along. Okay. Right. I'm sorry for this clip, for this image that I've done before, but the whole comment what Daft Dawkins is saying is relevant to lying, to be deceitful, right? And this piece of shit human being called Daft Dawkins or Gary Mill, right, which is at the bottom of the picture, right, he impersonated a dead person. Yeah, and I say again, I am apologizing because 3 videos I've done of this already. But he keeps going and saying that he hates liars, he hates liars. Well, he's a fucking liar, right? He's lying. He went into this lady S.J. Thompson, right, impersonating a dead person, right, trying to pass as the person who died. This guy, Patrick Stephen Rivelli. Okay. He's a fake, phony, and a fraud. Daft Dawkins is. Okay? And he's got the fucking audacity to say he hates liars.
Now,
I won't lie to you, Darth.
What was the question? What is the question that I asked you?
You wanted to know if he had an ultimate.
Oh, there's more.
There's
more. Hold on a second. There's more ways to be dishonest than just outright lying.
Okay.
Now, did I ask him to give me the final reference point for whatever comes out of his mouth that is invoking what is, can be, and cannot be? Did I ask him that question?
Yeah, to be honest, you did.
What was his answer?
To be honest, I couldn't really understand what he said, but you reacted as if he did not give an answer.
You didn't hear him say logic and reason?
I heard him say logic and reason. Then you asked him something again, and I didn't hear his response to that.
Now, he clearly understood the question. Okay, I've dealt with him on dozens of occasions. He always resorts to bickering rather
No, he's not bickering. He could not bicker because he did not have the chance to even to fucking talk. Never mind bickering. How the fuck can somebody bicker when you shut them down? How? Just tell me how. Right? You're a bag of contradictions.
Than disagreeing like an adult. Now, his immediate response, he puts himself forward as trying to be intellectual.
No, he's not trying to be intellectual. He is fucking far more intellectual than you, right? He's got a degree higher than you, right? You are a failed dentist technician. You are bankrupt, right? Any student by default are more successful than you. You are a fucking loser. Okay? You're a fucking loser. I've got your bank's records, right? I've got some of the court records with me. You are a fraud. You ask for money that you cannot fucking repay. And then you try to hide in your mother's basement, right? I know where your mother lives. Precisely, I know where your mother lives, right? By definition. And you know how I did that? With her telephone number. But I'm not going to say where, but I know. I'm telling you in your fucking face that I know, right? I know the number plate of the disabled plate. Put it that way, okay? Because Google Earth, the car of Google Earth has passed through your fucking house, yeah, and actually recorded. They made a fuck up or not. Normally, when they pass through houses, they block it, right? They block the number plate, but in this case, they haven't, right? So I know the number plate of the vehicle that you're driving, or your mother's, because it's got a disabled badge on it, right? And then you running around doing whatever the fuck you want. Okay, so you are the dishonest piece of shit. Don't get me started.
Which is fine. Okay.
Fine.
Now, when he was asked what the final reference point is that institutes and secures any instance of what is, can be, and cannot be.
That is reality. What secures is our current state of affairs. Period. Okay? What institutes me giving you the finger? What institutes that? Right? What institutes me giving you the double fucking finger? Okay? Look. Boom. Look. Boom. Yeah? What institutes that, piece of shit?
His answer was logic and reason.
Right.
Right?
I am logically giving you this and this. Logically. What's wrong with that?
Now, is that answer coherent?
Is it not? Isn't this coherent to you, piece of shit? Yeah, what part you don't get? Yeah, what part of don't get of the double middle finger? What you do not get? Is it not coherent? Is it logically that I know how to do this?
He may think it's coherent, and you may.
I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you what.
Why are you so aggressive?
He thought.
I've heard arguments for it. I don't. That's not my.
Is his answer?
I don't know, Darth. I don't know if his answer is coherent.
Oh, okay. Well, the answer
it's not
is
my
no.
answer.
It's not.
It's not
no,
answer.
it's not. It's not. It's not a coherent answer at all.
The answer is your answer. That's the answer everybody has to give you, right? So when you ask a question, the next person has to say, no, just give me the answer so I can reply to you so you like it.
Because unless he's referring to the mind of God.
The mind of God, prove it. Prove it, bitch. Yeah? You're assuming the conclusion, the mind of God. Give me a syllogism that proves it, or give me a proof that proves it.
Reflecting logic and reason, or derives from God.
Prove it.
That would be different, but he's not. He's talking about human logic and reason.
No shit. and your ranting is not based on your reasoning. Are you not reasoning, talking bullshit like you normally do? Yes, you do. Yes, you are.
Now, does human logic and reason institute and secure ontologically any instance of what is, can be, and cannot be?
Yes, I am instituting this. Right? What it is. What it cannot be, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. What it cannot be. Okay, that's a stupid question.
No, it does not.
Okay, so he gave an incoherent answer.
According to you. Not according to him, according to you. You are the problem. You are the odd one out.
That's my opinion of it. I don't know what his opinion would be. He's not here to answer.
Right. So you and I are in agreement.
No. What he's saying, this guy Mark, that you Daft Dog is a piece of shit, that you could not find out the answer, his answer, because you booted him out. That's what Mark is saying. You dishonest piece of shit.
Agreement that it's not coherent.
From my position, that's not what logic is. No.
No, I didn't say that's what logic was. I said that logic and reason, which is human beings thinking about their world, does not institute and secure every instance ontologically of what is, can be, and cannot be.
Nonsense.
But you see, what else was he going to say other than say existence or reality, which would be another incoherent response?
Wrong. My existence shows that I've got a set of fingers. My existence shows that I'm giving you the finger. Is that wrong? Or is that not ontologically true? Mr. Daft Hawkins, Gary Mill?
Right. And let's say we accept that. I accept that his response.
So therefore he's dead. He's dead. Then that means
you are following your lame script. Okay? When you route somebody to your dedicated rabbit trail that leads into one path, you're ticking the boxes. Oh, look, I pushed him. Yeah, therefore. No, therefore, no. Therefore, you're wrong.
Then, whatever he comes out of his mouth about what is, can be, or cannot be, since he has acknowledged that it doesn't derive and depend upon the mind of God and how
No, you have to prove that.
God reveals it, then all he's left.
Oh, reveals it. What? By reading the Bible? You mean circular argument or visually circle?
With is the figment of his imagination.
Yeah. Shit. Like that one. Yeah? Like your imaginary friend. Is that what you're talking about, idiot?
Right. Would you like me to explain how I don't think that's at all germane to the issue?
It is germane to the issue, because if he's going to open up his mouth and attempt to call into question the goodness, the justice, the righteousness.
Oh. No. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You're giving attribute to your imagination, to your imaginary friend. Okay? Attributes is fucking irrelevant. It's not here nor there.
The coherence, the consistency of the nature and character of God. I want to know if he has...
You don't want to know. You are argumentative piece of shit. You don't want to know because you're intellectually dishonest. Right?
As a foundation to even attempt to do so.
He tried, but you bully the fucker out of submission. By booting him out, which categorizes you as a dishonest asshole.
Isn't that a legitimate?
Oh, so you overtalk the guy? Isn't that? You're a bully.
Question: if he has a foundation to even attempt to...
You can't stop fucking talking. You love to hear yourself. Yeah, I think you don't love God. You love yourself. Okay? You love yourself because you're so fucking full of shit that you like to smell yourself.
Evaluate God?
For an internal critique? No, that's not.
No, it is. I said, is it a legitimate question?
With regarding an internal critique, it's not.
No, sir. Listen to me.
Oh, so you don't like his answer, and you have to correct him.
You're not following me.
Okay, I'll listen again. Let me hear.
Is it a legitimate question while he's going through his syllogism there, rather than waste my time and parse, which premise?
Waste my time. Nothing is a waste of time for you, idiot, because you love confrontation. Okay, you ooze bullshit.
I'm going to go after whatever. How about I go for the whole kit and caboodle together and just saying, is there even a basis for him to reason?
Oh, basis. Now you're doing the apologetic side of it, yeah, the pre-sup argument, right? Now that you cannot defeat the ontology of it, now you're coming back to square one, to attacking the person.
Because
Right,
when he comes and delivers his syllogism, is that not implicit that the worldview that he's speaking from provides such a basis?
What do you mean? Whatever world basis is based on his acquisition of information, his knowledge, or his belief system. It doesn't fucking matter what it is. It doesn't fucking matter.
no, it's not.
Oh, so when he speaks, and whatever reasoning or logic comes out of his mouth, he doesn't presuppose that there's a ontological basis to invoke what is, can be, and cannot be?
Not if he's adopting your worldview as an internal critique.
You're not no, but he's not adopting my worldview, because
yes, he's not adopting. He's making an internal critique. Okay, the previous guy was giving a syllogism of your bullshit argument. Okay, so he was talking outside of your fucking bubble, right? Outside of your circular argument, and he was critiquing that.
because if you adopt my worldview,
No, he's not adopting it. He's critiquing it.
then there's no inconsistency between God's declared character and what he
God's declared character. Where do you get that from? You made that shit up?
permits.
He was pointing out inconsistency between the application of logic and the claimed properties of God.
No, sir.
You
No,
accept
but
both.
you see, here's what you're not understanding.
Here is what you're not understanding. The arrogance. Yeah, arrogance. You haven't got a fucking degree. And this guy has got a degree in philosophy. And you arguing on his field.
Okay. The inconsistency is the human reasoning from a very tiny and limited perspective.
What? We all have, we all, in our evolution, we're all built in the same sort of way. Some people more intelligent, some people more skillful in different ways. Okay, but we got the same tools, right? And we apply the same tools, right? We may or may not understand some behaviors, some practices, or whatever, but that's then on the other side to prove the case, right? But you don't prove the case by bullying.
And the human being does not have the same perspective that God does.
Than your imaginary friend. Is that what you're saying? Okay?
Would you agree with that?
You defined what he was pointing out.
I asked you.
Hey, don't be aggressive. Yeah, the other guy is being more intelligent than you, right? And you're trying to hammer down that we got less intellect or less rationale than your man-made concept.
You a question, sir.
Yeah.
Would you agree with the question?
Our human reasoning does not represent potentially what an ultimate being like God would represent. That's true.
All right. So
yes.
So when he's attempting to adjudicate whether what God reveals about himself and certain states of affairs that even God says happen.
And how do you know it says it happened? Because you read the fucking Bible. So your whole argument from minute one is debunked. Okay, you're using circular reasoning to justify the nature of being, the ontology of your imaginary friend.
He's making that evaluation to see if it's coherent.
It's called internal critique, you idiot.
There's a contradiction based upon a very small, limited perspective, but he does not have the.
It is the same perspective of you as you have, you idiot. The difference between him and you is that you imagine it.
Perspective that God does. Okay? Now, can different perspectives expose faulty reasoning?
So in order for that to make sense,
I didn't hear an answer to my question.
Let him answer to see if the final answer is the answer that you're looking for. Yeah, you know the one in your script.
For the laws of logic, if you accept their absolute, which you do, no.
You're not answering my question. You're not answering my question. When he attempts, okay, have a nice day. Okay, that's the last time.
You can handle honesty. You cannot handle honesty. You piece of shit.
That's the last time you dodged the question. Okay. See, this is what they do, folks. And what does Darth Dawkins say? This is what they do. Yeah, straightforward questions. They're uncomfortable with answering the straightforward questions.
What straightforward question? That your imaginary friend has got more intellect than a normal human being. That's a straightforward question.
And they dodge, while they're pretending that they're honestly responding, which he was not.
Which he was. Both people were honestly talking, discussing with you the stuff. You are the bully piece of shit that did not allow them to talk. You haven't fucking stopped talking.
Okay. And he's done this before when I've dealt with him.
Yes, consistency of being honest is a good virtue. Not like you.
Okay. So I gave him enough rope to hang himself where he persisted.
Why are you so aggressive? Why do you have to give rope to hang himself? What are you trying to achieve? That means that you are argumentative by definition. You're not even being honest to yourself. You got fucking zero integrity as a human being. As I said before, you could be a good Padawan to the devil if it existed. You would be perfect. You would be absolutely dead on. Okay? When anybody would see you, say, oh, Gary, I can see some things coming out of your fucking head.
In dodging my questions. And now you're done. You're not going to get an unlimited account to dodge my questions. So all he's just simply saying is he's doing a critique of God. He's doing a critique.
No, of your worldview, not of God, not of your imaginary friend. A critique of your worldview.
Critique of the Christian worldview based upon his limited perspective.
Well, the same perspective as you got, the same limitation as you got, minus your inventive creativity.
But he doesn't have sufficient perspective.
You mean imagination?
To properly evaluate what God has revealed and whether or not it's consistent with what God has revealed.
Consistency of what is being written down. Really?
So what he's doing is exactly what Adam and Eve did in the garden.
How the fuck do you know? Were you there? Like you normally say to other people? Were you fucking there? And you're going to say, no, it's written down. Oh, so you're applying circular argument to a claim.
He's disregarding what God has revealed about himself. And he's decided to do his own critique.
No, his own critique. Internal critique.
based upon his own tiny human perspective, and that he can more wisely assess what the nature of God is in the world around
No, nature of God. You have to prove that God has got nature in the first fucking place.
him. This is why unbelievers fail every time when they disagree with what God has revealed about himself.
Circular argument.
Now, if anyone would like to come up and challenge,
Why anybody will want to come up? Yeah, so you want to feel good to be a bully again?
the Christian worldview, would you like to make a comment, Roger?
I think that Jeff probably would want to come up and challenge the Christian worldview more than I would.
Oh, no. Jeff, the physician, is a liar. Okay, I didn't see that he's in here. He has trolled in the past, so we're going to expunge him.
Oh, I have heard that before. That you said that he may be a physician. Yeah, you actually challenge his qualification. Right, you got fuck all qualifications, and you're challenging somebody else.
Okay, goodbye, Jeff. And what does Darth Dawkins say? This is what they do. Jeff has trolled on numerous occasions, so we're done with Jeff. Okay. Jeff is also a liar. Okay.
A liar? What? You mean this type of liar? Is that what you're saying? This type of liar?
Jeff has been repeatedly asked, when you invoke facts verbally or conceptually.
Remember, the first time I will ever talk to you, if I talk to you, right, before answering any of your fucking bullshit question, I will say to you, why do you lie? Yeah, why are you a liar? Right? Because you're good at lying. You are so good at lying that you're fucking bankrupt.
In your head, do you positively reference the necessity of God? And he has repeatedly said he doesn't know, which is an outright lie.
Why? How can it be not knowing a lie? What part of I don't know? Yeah.
Okay. And this guy claims to be a graduate of medical school.
Oh, now you say that he claims to be. Before you say he was a physician. That is called double standards, right? One time you say that he's something, and then now you say, oh, he claims to be.
He damn well knows whether or not he positively references the necessity of God. And to say that he doesn't know is just a scummy tactic of being deceptive and not being held accountable for what he really believes.
Oh, so you know what everybody believes. So you got an ultimate mind. You got your God's mind, right? You got a special attribute that makes you so fucking knowable. Yeah, are you omniscient?
But he wasn't expunged so much for that, but because he has a quite a history of trolling. Okay, we're done with him.
Totally. You scumbag. You are the troll. When nobody goes to your fucking room, you feel, oh, nobody's debating me. So you fuck off to other atheist room and troll. Yeah? Even Christian rooms, people don't want you. Even Christian rooms. That's how bad you are.
So let me ask you this. I take it you don't accept the Christian worldview?
Yeah, I don't know if I would provide fodder for the most interesting discussion, but
being that you're a philosophy grad student, you reject putatively, or I should say, you reject what God has putatively revealed.
No, it's not rejecting fuck all. You're already twisting your typical fucking lame script, putting the negative on the opponent.
About himself in creation and in Scripture. Therefore,
in creation, that's argument from ignorance. Okay? And in Scripture, it's circular argument. Take your fucking pick, bitch.
or the mind of God is not the final reference point for you, right?
Okay, sure.
So when you open up your mouth, I don't mean that disrespectfully.
Yes, you do. Because otherwise, when you say you vocalize, when you speak, you are saying that in a derogative manner.
When you communicate either to others or, in your own reasoning, you're invoking in your mind as what is, what can
Again, what the fuck? You're a fucking parrot.
be, and cannot be, right?
Yep.
So when you invoke what is and can be and
Cannot be, yeah.
for you, God is not the final ontological reference point. What is the
You mean your imaginary friend is not the final ontological thing? Okay.
final reference point then?
For what is, can, and cannot be, I suppose that the answer would rely on the notion of logical possibility and impossibility.
No, sir.
Yes. Yes. It is logical this, is not logical that. It depends on what you're talking about. Of course. What modality, basically.
I'm talking about, I don't need you to be vague.
It's not vague, and it's not even giving you a community college lecture like you are doing.
I need you to tell, I want to know ontologically.
You don't want to know. You've been argumentative. Ontologically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ontologically, you're trying to say this. You're trying to do this. Right?
So the mind of God would be an ontological
The mind of God. Prove it.
stipulation.
Right.
I want to know what ontologically institutes and secures any instance of what is, can be, or cannot be. What
My
is
middle
your
finger.
ontological final reference point?
That.
Platonic forms probably is the answer.
Oh, you're gonna do that again?
What? Again, he hasn't done nothing yet.
Most likely, yeah.
Okay. Platonic forms, are these abstract objects?
Yes.
It might be abstract objects, but the difference between his and yours is that his are abstract and your ones are imaginary. That's the difference.
Okay. Do abstract objects stand in causal relations?
Does your imaginary friend stand in causal relation? Your imaginary friend?
No.
Okay,
No.
well then you're done.
Okay.
That's a meaningless invocation.
And your imaginary friend is also a meaningful invocation.
Right. I mean,
So you have nothing.
You see, now he's shutting me down. Okay, this undergraduate, right? It's just closing the rabbit trail. So Daft Dog is running out of script lanes to go.
Ontologically identifiable and defensible that dictates causally any instance of what it
Yeah, okay. Repeating the same fucking question.
is, can be, and cannot be. Do you?
yeah, so I wouldn't say that abstract objects stand in causal relation.
That's not an answer to my question.
Yes. What's his name?
Yeah, no, yeah, I think
Robert. Answer his question the way he wants it to be answered. Basically, the way he wants it in the script.
I think that you're.
Do you have an identifiable, defensible, ontological final reference point that institutes and secures every instance of what is, can be, and cannot be?
No, not in the way that you.
Good.
No.
Then, therefore,
Not in the way that you want.
when you open up your mouth and you articulate what is, can be, or cannot be, and you have no ultimate reference point, no ontological basis for it, then all you are just doing is speaking the figment of your imagination.
No, you are.
I wouldn't go that far.
No.
Good. Then, if it's not the figment of your imagination, what is the ultimate reference point for when you invoke any instance of what is, can be, and cannot be? And don't say Platonic forms, because that's already been rebutted.
I'm not.
It's not being rebutted. You shut him down. You haven't provided a coherent thing. You just say my imaginary friend God is the reason.
I'm not sure if it's been rebutted. I think that
Correct.
I'm not
it
sure.
most certainly is. How
Okay.
would you even know how were you able to ascertain in a way that you can't be wrong as to what is ultimate from which all things derive and depend? Were you able to determine that?
What do you mean all things? We don't need to know all things, right? To derive to something, right? I need to know what how many fingers I've got. I need to know to close the rest of my fingers to point this one, right? That's what I need to know to do this, right? And to do this, right? Do you understand? This is, I derive to this.
Right. So, this is like the sort of epistemic question. I think that with respect to Platonic forms, that we intimate this in a sense by induction through analyzing our surrounding environment.
Right.
And so we see things
inductive reasoning. You're going to tell me what's ultimate by virtue of your uniform experience?
Yeah, sorry, could you just repeat that again?
You're using induction, i.e. your uniform experience, in order to ascertain what is ultimate?
You are using your induction to suppose your imaginary friend.
Well, yeah, so this isn't really...
Oh, okay, so if something...
Oh, cut him up as well, yeah? Overtalk him.
Is ultimate,
okay.
Is it eternal then? Is it without beginning? Is it
Yeah,
unconditionally non-dependent?
Yeah, well, Platonic forms are eternal, yes.
Oh, okay. And how were you, through induction, able to determine that that is eternal and actually stands in causal relations to the physical world? How were you able to figure that out through induction?
See, talking about ultimacy, it does not give you a... It's just nonsense. Okay? It's just nonsense. That doesn't get you anywhere. Talking about fucking ultimacy. For us, it's irrelevant. What's the ultimacy of the fucking our galaxy? Who gives a shit? Right? We're not going to be living that long to find out what ultimacy of something is. Yeah, you're just talking out of your fucking ass.
So it's induction in conjunction with other things, but if I were to
How were you able to determine that through induction? Don't try to pull my chain with a verbal mishmash like you had before.
Okay, yeah, so this is what I can say. I can say that you observe several individual instances of a particular occurrence. So the instantiation, let's say, in the moral case... You've
been able to observe Platonic forms?
No, you don't observe Platonic forms in the sense like you could physically touch the form itself.
How do you know that Platonic forms stand in causal relations? How do you know that?
Okay, you just want Daft. What you want him to say is, "Oh, it's God."
They're not. We're not saying they stand in grounding relations, not in.
How do you know this?
How do you know that your God exists? How do you know that your imaginary friend exists? Why are you asking a knowledge claim-based question?
No one says that they... I never said they stand in causal relations.
Okay, well then they're not ultimate then.
Not ultimate in the way that you want.
Thank you for your time. We're done. This just goes to show you the foolishness of even a philosophy grad student, ladies.
Wrong. At least he's got the honesty to explain the reason behind it. You are affirming the consequence. Okay? What is the ultimate? What are you talking about? You're failing in philosophy. Your line of reasoning is fallacious.
Well, I mean, I could explain that in more detail.
He can explain it. If he can explain, let him fucking explain. Unless you want to be a bully piece of shit.
What you're doing is you're giving me a running monologue. You see, I'm not easily fooled.
Yeah, but you are the one providing the community college lecture bullshit. You are the one with the teenage mentality.
I'm asking you what is ultimate, and you're just giving me a mini community college lecture because you're a grad
Right.
student. And because
Yeah. Projection.
you're a grad student, you probably have the gift of gab, but you're really not addressing the
Gift
issue.
to gab. Now, how many attacked as well? Okay.
I want to know what it is that is ultimate.
You don't need to know. You don't want to know because you think that what you know is the correct answer. So you don't want to know. How the fuck do you want to know something when you claim to know the consequence? You're being dishonest.
Absolute, unconditionally non-dependent, non-derivative that stands in causal relations to every instance of what is, can be, and cannot be. What is it?
Boring.
It's going to be a variety of different things.
No,
One,
no, it has to be one thing. Otherwise,
why
it's not
why does it have to be
ultimate.
one thing? Why does
Because
it have to
then,
be one thing?
because if it's not one thing, you have two or more things that are co-extent, each of which exist without derivation from the other, and therefore neither one of them by themselves are ultimate. So it has
Right.
to be singular. What?
Ooh, that sounds like a fucking Trinity as well, yeah? Three assholes, yeah, coexisted. Right, who's the boss of who? Oh, one person, one ultimate god. Right, well, in three fucking ultimate stands. Fucking idiot.
Is it singularly that is ultimate?
Wait, that's not an answer. I mean, that's just saying it's not
If
ultimate.
you don't answer,
so
if
it's
you
not
dodge
ultimate.
a question one more time, you're done.
Okay, sure. Okay, fine. Yeah.
Okay? Because
yeah,
this is
okay.
what you do. And I understand that you're a philosophy grad student
Okay.
and you have the gift of gab. But because you have the gift of gab, it doesn't mean that I was born yesterday and I'm fooled by your monologuing. Okay? I'm asking you what is singularly ultimate that dictates any instance of what
Again.
is, can be, and cannot be. What is it?
I'll say platonic forms, I think, is the
Okay,
best
good.
answer.
Goodbye. We've
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Okay.
Goodbye. Okay.
There we go, folks. This is what they do. Does Dark Dawk and say, this is what they do. They get debunked and refuted like a dog that goes back to its vomit and says, wow, a hot lunch.
Well, you mean like you when your mother calls you, Gary, yeah, the meal is ready. I have to go. I have to run on an errand. Is that what you're saying?
This is what they do.
No.
By definition, God is not subject to or derivative from anything other than himself.
Again, a circular argument. Let me pull up the circular argument here. One moment. There you are. Okay, let's go circular here. By definition.
Then he would be the only thing at the beginning of time, yes?
No, sir. God would just simply exist.
Yes,
Okay?
but would anything
Now,
else exist?
You're still not getting it. Okay?
Answer the fucking question. Will anything exist apart from your imaginary friend? Simple question.
Your answer was an appeal to changing the definition of God.
What was before creation?
I like to answer it by saying,
I like to answer it. You don't know it. You just like to answer.
logically, okay. Prior to creation, there was simply God.
Okay.
Now, I'm still waiting for a direct answer because the answer that you gave is not germane to the question. Maybe you're not realizing it. Okay.
Well,
because you're saying is
I'm left
everything. Hold on a second. You said everything that exists has to derive from something else.
Yes, likely.
That's incoherent.
Why? You came from your parents. Your parents came from the parents behind. You know something called evolution? Common descent? Do you know that thing? That little stupid thing that Darwin invented? So incoherent.
Why?
Because if everything is of a second order state, there can't be anything that's primary. And
that's bullshit. That's a stupid concept. Absolutely fucking bullshit.
And if nothing's primary, there can't be second order states.
Why can't there be temporary primaries?
You're not understanding. Okay.
Well, no, I am understanding.
Either something is primary or it's not. The issue of whether it persists or it desists in existing is not the issue. Either something is metaphysically primary, both chronologically and contemporarily.
If that you're trying to equate that as your God, yeah, stop fucking mumbling and prove the existence of your God first, right? And then the rest of the baggage will come after. Okay, it doesn't matter. You just fucking giving a community college lecture. That's it. You're actually talking nonsense.
Or not. Your position is everything is of a second order. But if everything is of a second order, then nothing's primary. But if nothing's primary, you can't have second order states. Second order states presuppose that something is primary.
I can explain what I mean.
No,
let him explain what he means. He just asks you that he can explain it. But you're not. You're going to say, no. You're going to be an asshole and block him.
Please don't, because it's not coherent.
How can it be not coherent if you don't know what the fuck he's going to say?
Come on. Are you sure? You haven't heard it?
No, I just explained to you.
Yeah, but you can explain something that you could be wrong. You could be fucking wrong. Right? And you are not willing to learn. Because you're so fucking arrogant. Your ego has got no bounds.
You see, you know what? You're like these atheist fools.
Oh, so if somebody says to you, you left something out, your response would have been, what did I left out? Right? Because you could be corrected if you're wrong. But you're not even letting the other person tell you. You are a bully.
Do you understand?
But you left something out.
That if nothing is...
You left something out. Your next fucking thing that comes out of your mind should be saying, what did I left out?
Primary, okay?
I'm
there
not saying
can't be. Okay. Then if something is
ask him, what did I left out?
Primary.
Yes.
Then it can't be secondary. You're not getting this. This is not rocket surgery.
So why didn't you let him answer?
Yeah.
Your position is everything is of a second order.
If I have two primary things and put them together,
okay. You know what? I will explain it to you one more time.
Oh. So you're going to give your line of argumentation without him explaining what he means. Because you're always right. You're omniscient, yeah? You know it all.
And then I'm going to stop because you're not getting this. This is not mental gymnastics on my part. You're simply not getting it. If everything is of a second order, then everything that is of a second order, none of these things are primary.
Another excuse to prove a God using philosophy. How fucking lame.
Therefore, then if something's primary, then it's something that's not of a second order. But your position is everything is of a second order.
Well, no.
Okay, listen, sir.
No. It is no, because he's saying that you're missing something. You are failing to communicate. You are failing to interact as a fucking human being. That's why it is evident that you are better than the devil. Right? If the devil exists. Right? You are better. Yeah, you could be a good, nasty piece of work. You will do a good job in hell. Absolutely fucking good job.
You're truly not getting it. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.
Oh, so you're not letting him talk? And another bullying tactic.
You're dumb. Okay? Yeah. Okay. I cannot take people who are purposely stuck on stupid.
Really? Stuck on stupid. You are the ignorant that are not willing to learn or willing to hear. Even if you're fucking right. Yeah? The honorable thing that you should say is, listen, let me hear what you think I'm missing. Let's see if I can learn from it or tell you how you are wrong, that you think I'm missing something. That would have been the ethical way of going, right? But because you are a dishonest piece of shit, right, that you always want to win, you are always argumentative, you always want to bully people into submission, you are a disgusting piece of work. Really fucking disgusting.
Okay, he can't possibly be that stupid. So what he's doing is trolling light. Okay, while
How can he troll when he says you got something missing and you not let him tell you? How could he be trolling? He's engaging with you, right? But you are stopping him. Carry on telling him what you think you got wrong or what you're missing. You actually got it absolutely fucking wrong.
pretending not to troll.
No,
One minute
he's trying to stalemate. He's running around the boxing ring.
he's just want.
And I got this guy Ray, ass licking Daft Dawkins, another new Padawan.
Want. He's trolling,
dancing.
but it's what we call trolling light. He said that everything's of a second order, but then he says, well, there is something that is primary. But then if it's primary, then by definition, it can't be of second order.
He's soft trolling.
It's soft trolling because just listening to him, he can't possibly be this retarded.
No, because he's got a degree and you haven't, and you are bankrupt, right? You cannot even hold a fucking family. That's how stupid you are.
Okay, you can't possibly be this stupid.
Don't talk about yourself.
You see, this is what some of these people do. They're like these flat earthers. They will argue with you till you're blue in the face. They just like to be a contrarian. They like just yanking your chain. I don't have time for this. What does Darth Dawkins say? This is what they do.
Accept the God worldview or you don't. I mean, that is...
Listen, agnosticism is widely popular throughout the world. It's popular among many philosophers. But the fact that it's widely popular doesn't mean that it holds up upon careful and a specific perspective scrutiny.
It holds up upon the most simple logic.
No, I will explain to you why it doesn't, okay?
Oh, you're going to explain the same way that you gave the opportunity to the other person to explain his position, right? Go on, bully. Explain to us.
Now, you told me you accept the law of excluded middle. Is that correct?
Let's ignore that and your fancy philosophy speech.
No, sir.
Right.
You know what? Let's ignore the fact that I'm about to kick you out of the room for being evasive. Okay, we don't play it that way.
No, you play your own rules, yeah? You being a bully piece of shit.
Okay?
I'm not going to be threatened. If you want to have a conversation,
did you? Yeah, I want to have a conversation, but I don't like it when you're rude. When you cut me off from finishing what I'm saying.
Cut me off. You are an expert of cutting people off, right? And then you say to that person, "Don't overtalk me." The coward.
To purposely dodge what I'm putting forth.
I'm trying to explain to you, I don't understand that concept.
Did you tell me?
Sorry, that angers you.
Listen, dude, I'm a no-nonsense person. I go from 0 to 60 when somebody becomes obnoxious with me.
Yeah, from 0 to 60 bullshits.
And you're beginning to do that. Okay? Now, did you tell me you accept the law of excluded middle?
No, I don't know what it is.
I already explained it to you. I went in detail explaining to you what the law of excluded middle is. Did you forget?
I don't understand it.
Okay, you see now. Okay, goodbye. You're gone. See, now you're lying. Okay, when people start lying to me.
When people start lying to me, what do you mean? That? Is that what you mean? When people start lying to me?
You're done. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay. See, what we got is another lying scumbag. Okay.
Lying scumbag. Okay.
Okay, you start lying to me, you're gone. You're done.
Mm-hmm.
And what does Darth Dawkins say? This is what they do.
This is what they do.
Well, so for one thing, and again, the analogy that I made in the chat just now is, imagine you have a book, and you decide that you're going to insert an extra page between page 3 and page 4, right? And now you're going to compare that new book to the original book, and you're going to ask, how similar are the two books together? Now, if you just do a straight comparison, everything after page 3 is now different, because you're going to be comparing page 4 in the original book to page 5 in the new book, and they're not going to match. But if you shift your comparison to the actual page, you'll find that the book is only different by a single page. So that's how you would compare DNA sequences.
But that's not presented to the public.
It doesn't matter what's not presented. That's his technical way of explaining it.
Well, because I don't know what you mean by it's not presented to the public.
In the popular representation. By the way, do you believe in evolution?
Well, it's not a matter of belief. I mean, I studied evolution, and I understand how it works.
That's a straightforward question, and what you just responded was a dodge.
No, it's not at all. There's no belief involved. I understand it, and so therefore I accept it.
Listen to me, sir. How old are you?
Why does it matter how old I am?
I'll ask you again. How old are you? I'm 60. How old are you? Okay.
I'm 34.
Okay, you're 34. Okay, are you a college graduate?
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to stop dodging like a weaselly 15.
It's not dodging. Absolutely not fucking dodging. He's a straight shooter.
Year-old at the cafeteria
I
table.
did not dodge your question in the slightest. Not even a little bit. Not even the slightest amount.
So you have no beliefs about biological origins. Is that correct?
It depends on what you mean by beliefs.
Sir, listen to me very carefully. If you're a college graduate and you're in your 30s, okay, you start lying to me, I'm going to kick you off the stage, because that's what I'm well known for. I don't put up with people lying to me.
So I don't know anything about you. I've never been in any of the rooms with you. I actually am not on Clubhouse very often. You seem very defensive and very.
I'm not defensive. I'm irritated.
You do seem irritated. I accept that you're very irritated.
Yeah, I plead guilty. When people start being deceptive with me, when I ask a straightforward question,
I am not being deceptive with you.
Overtalk me again, I'm going to kick you off the stage.
You again seem very deceptive. I mean, you seem very defensive.
Okay, sir. No, I'm not defensive. I'm
defensive.
I'm being assertive, and I'm being indignant with.
No, you've been a bully.
What I consider your bad and bad faith conduct. Okay. Now, I asked you a question. Now, do you have any beliefs whatsoever about biological origins?
Again, when you say beliefs, do you mean evidence? Do you mean evidence-based beliefs?
Yeah, just say yes. Yeah, I'm talking about evidence. Because you're trying to equate it as a belief, to equate it as a religion. Right? That's where you're trying to push it. And because the guy is more intelligent than you, it's not belief system. Is a way of proving something that exists or not. And you're so fucking dishonest.
Or do you mean? Oh, okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
You smarmy little scumbag. Okay, you're gone.
Good talk.
Okay. See, here's another example of somebody who has a high education, college education.
Which you don't.
They've studied biology, studied evolution, and he outright lies.
Why should he lie? He studied evolution. Right? It's not belief system. It's a study of science. It's like saying, do you believe in science? You believe, what you do is you apply science to acquire information about anything.
He says he doesn't. When I said, do you believe in evolution? Okay.
Yeah,
that was an outright verbal maneuver to try to deceive me. Of course, yeah. Say, yeah, I believe that. What he should just simply say is, yeah, I believe that the neo-Darwinian synthesis is probably right.
Yeah, no.
It's not probably right. It's right. It's not probable. It's not even open to discussion that is right. So it doesn't matter what you fucking think.
But he was denying that he had beliefs. Well, I studied it and I accept it. Yeah, well, you have a positive attitude toward propositions, which can be encapsulated as the neo-Darwinian synthesis. So you believe it.
Yeah, I was hoping.
He was being...
Derek, shut up. Your boss is speaking. Yeah? When Daft Hawkins speaks, everybody else shut the fuck up. Because he's a bully piece of shit.
Listen.
Yeah, listen.
I didn't want to kick him out of here. You start lying to me. Right?
Mm-hmm.
As simple as a question is, do you believe in evolution? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was obvious that he did. So why not say yeah? Yeah, I believe in evolution.
Yeah, because I was really
Yeah.
hoping you and him go back and forth about evolution,
Oh,
but he
I
just
would have loved to have
yeah,
done that.
so
Okay, but you see, you know what? I'm known for this, and I'm not
Yeah, you're known to be a dickhead.
embarrassed to do it. You start behaving deceptively with me, and you develop a pattern of it, even within a short frame of time. Then what's the point of me going on and talking with you if you're
Because you're not intellectually capable of having a conversation. That's the reason.
if you're going to lie to me?
Lie.
yeah, I was trying to help him so we could talk about and
Yeah. Oh, you just realize how difficult it is to have a conversation with that prick. Yeah, so might as well end it. Anyway, so I'm gonna leave it there because it's no fucking point. Where are we? Near camera. Transition. Right, that's it. Sorry about this. It's been an hour and 25 minutes, 26 minutes of a 43-minute video, right, from Clubhouse in conjunction with Tom Rabbit. So thank you guys for this montage that you guys have made. Greatly appreciated. It is good that we have people on the inside, right, that are able to record this, so we know how much bullshit this scumbag of Daft Talking is. So having said that, for whoever is watching it, thank you, and we'll catch you another time. See you later.